Hey guys, Triforce of Doom here.
And Drake Racerfang.
And it's time for a trial once again in Danganronpa.
Yep.
Sakura's dead. Who done it? We have more skills. Oh my god, we have more skills. Like I only have 4 SP left. Thank god.
Yeah, but we have 5 skills now.
Yeah. So the ones we basically have, we were equipping them off screen. We basically got increases to certain stats as well as one very useful one for Jeff here is going to be more bullets during the rhythm battle.
Now that bullets are a thing, yeah.
Yeah, because ammo is important, and having more chambers is always good. So with that, here's the controller, and here we go.
And then it's like, it's been a couple weeks. Now I have to remember all the buttons again.
Triangle is shoot, X is white noise, and L1 is choosing your evidence for the main thing.
Basic explanation of the class trial.
Yeah, I'm actually going to move that down. I'm actually going to the sun's text for me.
Determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate. Now then, where to begin?
We already know who did it.
Of course. I was like, thinking in the back of my head, Monokuma's talking. Hina's gonna interrupt.
Whoa, deja vu.
The one who killed Sakura is one of the people that hated her. Byakuya, Toko, or Hiro. It was one of you.
Idiot.
I had nothing to do with it.
Yeah, I'd never kill someone, no way!
I don't want to hear your stupid excuses.
Then what do you want to hear?
Evidence.
You're not gonna confess.
Alright, first we gotta break this stalemate.
It was one of you.
Okay, good. Okay.
Yep, she was the one who told us about them meeting in the first place, remember?
Yeah.
One of you killed Sakura.
And what reason do you have for saying that?
Because you all had you hated her.
Is that it? That doesn't make any sense. That's the only reason you have for accusing us?
That's low. That's about as low as you can get.
I think you know where to fire.
Yeah.
It was one of you. One of you killed.
And what reason do you?
Because you all had you hated her.
By the way, can I just say I love Cassandra's performance in this chapter.
That's the only reason you have for...
She did a great job with Hina's lines in this chapter.
Another reason you suspect them is because Sakura wanted to meet with them, right?
Yeah, and that was right before she died. So there's no doubt about it.
I still don't figure how expressive her ponytail thing is.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so now we have an actual train of thought going. The pocket trash was what Hiro dropped, remember?
Yeah.
It was just, something Yasuhiro fell out and we noticed it.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Sakura wanted to meet with all 3 of them. There's no way that's not suspicious. One of you is
I don't deny that she wanted to... I never went to see...
I didn't either.
Yeah, same here. I never saw her.
Come on. There's no way at least one of you is lying.
Okay.
Yeah, that one's a pretty simple one also.
Yeah.
The fact that Sakura, there's no way that one of you is
I don't deny that I never went.
I didn't either.
Yeah, same here.
No, it's wrong.
Hiro, you are full of shit!
Pocket trash.
Hiro, when we were talking before, you dropped a small piece of paper, remember?
Pocket sand.
It was white with red polka dots.
What's that got to do with anything?
Red polka dots?
Not how he didn't deny it. He's just, wait, where are you going with this?
That's gotta be the wrapper from the candy I gave Sakura.
No, it's
Ever since we got into the warehouse, I totally monopolized that entire box of candy. So there's no way a single one of them was left in the warehouse.
In that case, Hiro, where did you get that piece of candy?
From Sakura. It's the only explanation.
He was like, oh shit.
well, I mean, yeah, sure I got it from her, but she gave it to me forever ago. It doesn't have anything to do with what happened to her.
And here's where Hina calls you out on your bullshit.
When did she give it to you?
The last time you saw Sakura was when Hina had to go to the nurse's office, right?
Yeah, so I must have got it sometime before then.
You're so bad at lying.
Oh my god, yeah. I just noticed. Look at her health meter.
Yeah, because we have the 5 extra.
I legit forgot, like, right. This is before the influence gauge was a straight up meter instead of hearts. Because 2, it's straight up meters.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, what?
Remember what Hina told us about the candy?
That she had the entire thing.
Yeah. Remember what she said about when she gave it to Sakura?
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Yeah. The middle one, fucking Christ.
I got it! I'm not sure about that, Hiro. Hina didn't actually give Sakura the candy till after she left the nurse's office. So if that was the last time you saw her, there's no reason you should have had
That's
that
it.
candy.
I love what I'm calling Makoto's objection pose.
Damn it! I mean, what I meant was,
Hiro, you are so bad at this.
So bad.
oh, that's right. I did meet up with her in the rec room. You got a problem with that?
Yeah? Boy, you are so stupid. That means you're like prime suspect.
Why the sudden hostility?
If I had the ability to actually draw my avatar in dynamic poses, I would totally be doing that right now.
Just like chopping, like, bruh.
But we just talked. That's all. I didn't do anything. You gotta believe me.
You need evidence, my boy. Did you learn nothing from the last case?
You're acting incredibly suspicious.
You're acting incredibly suspicious.
More hostile.
It's not just normal hostility. You're the real culprit. I even have proof.
Proof? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about her shining message. At the scene of the crime, she had written out Toko in her own blood, right?
I don't deny that it could be her blood, but it was very clear that it wasn't her who wrote it.
It was
We'll
her
get there when we get there.
Yeah.
dying message. Just like what you guys were talking about with Sayaka.
We have evidence against that, my guy.
That's true. I saw it for myself.
See? See? Toko did it.
Not a bad job passing it off there, Hiro, for how shitty of a job you normally are at this.
How did you do it?
You just don't know when you're beat, do you?
Hiro, hold on. When did you see that dying message of hers?
Huh? Well, when we found Ogre's body.
And there's the rub.
Yeah.
If you recall, Hina was very adamant about keeping you away from the scene of the crime. So it's hard to believe that's when you actually saw the message for yourself.
Yeah.
And Kyoko with the assist once again. It's one hell of a C assist.
Just on the magazine shelf.
I got it! Kyoko, you found the magazine on the magazine shelf, right?
That's right. Looking through the shelf, I found the magazine with the dying message on it. I found it right there at the scene of the crime, after we'd started the investigation.
If that's true, then what Hiro just said doesn't really make sense, does it?
Doesn't
Not at all.
make sense? What doesn't make sense? Everything I said makes perfect sense.
Oh my god.
can tell.
Be very clear exactly what that entails.
You passed it.
No.
Oh.
That
Right,
was a bloodstain.
Right, I'm dumb.
Inside the magazine folder, it's assumed that whoever wrote it used their finger to do so.
You exactly when I found the dying message when Ogre's body was discovered.
And I can tell you when I found the dying message. It was only after the investigation had begun. I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf.
Uh-huh.
When I pulled it out, I saw her final words.
What's your problem? What I said makes total sense.
We were there with Kyoko seeing the magazine. We know what happened.
I think I'm smooth braiding because I don't. Also, almost 14 minutes instead of like 12 or 10 on the timer because we have extra time.
Yeah, we did get the extra timer, yes.
I can tell you exactly when I found the dying message.
Remember who we're arguing
Ogre's body
with.
was discovered.
And I can tell you when I found the dying message. It
Oh.
was only after the investigation had begun. I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine when I pulled it out.
Okay.
What's your problem? What I said makes total sense.
Yeah, just had a brain fart moment.
Exactly
Yeah,
when
it's
I
just
found
like-
the dying message when Ogre's body was discovered.
Damn it.
Fuck you, white
I
noise!
can tell you when
Okay.
I found it was
Yeah, I may recommend we just aiming for the side of it.
pulled it out.
Yeah.
What I said makes total sense. I can tell you exactly when Ogre's body was discovered.
Oh!
What?
Oh, I fucked up!
Shoot!
Maybe we have to take that?
Ooh, use one of Kyoko's messages.
Exactly when I found the dying message
We
when
told...
Ogre's body was discovered.
He doesn't realize what's wrong with Kyoko's statement, so let's reiterate it for him.
It was only after the investigation had begun. I found the magazine
believe that.
tucked away on the magazine shelf. When I pulled it out,
It's gonna be either this or magazine shelf. Either way,
I really feel like it's this.
So yeah. That was also my bad for that earlier one.
I can tell you exactly when I found the dying.
Can you tell it's been a bit since I played this game? Okay.
Oh, okay.
Trial and error. It happens.
I mean, we have the health for it.
Oh, yeah. And we already got the don't take damage trophy anyway.
Ogre's body was discovered.
and I can tell you when.
Oh, knowing what this was originally on PSP, I can definitely see some of the UI gaps. Like, you can see some of the actual stuff between the portrait and the border of the portrait in the, like, lower right. But yeah, hey, it's just one of those cases with upscaling a game. It happens.
Exactly when I found the dying message when Ogre's body was discovered.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah, so that was just us fucking up. That was us. That was all
Yeah.
us.
I mean, yeah.
What can you do?
Sakura's body was found. That magazine was sitting on the shelf nearby.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
That's where Kyoko found it. After we'd begun the investigation.
Yeah, so we had to use the location to affirm why it was a problem. We were just being dumb. We got fucked up by Hero of all people. That's RL.
That's also true.
Yeah,
Tell
so
us
the
the truth, hero.
big argument was it was fucking hidden.
Hold on. You're focusing on the wrong part. Why does it matter when I saw it?
Because it means you were there at the time of murder, buddy.
All you gotta do is read the Vienna sausage Ogre left us, and we know who the killer
Vienna
is.
sausage? What?
What the f... This isn't any cow entrails. We're not doing a divination here.
I don't even know where to begin with that one. He's just trying to confuse us.
Actually, can we even be sure Sakura wrote
And
that
here we go.
message in the
There we
first
go.
place?
Yeah?
No.
I think we can all agree Ogre wrote that message.
Ah.
100%, without a doubt, she wrote it. And this is me talking, so you know it's true.
You're only like 20% accurate, or 30%. Wait, okay, we're doing... Okay.
Oh, wow.
Show me the proof. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. Give it a rest. I'm at least 30% right. The occult
I'm not too surprised you're BTB'd at this point with a hero. Like, you'd expect a BTB with this stubborn asshole at some point.
Nine. Show me the proof. I'm at least 30% right.
Oh good, you did remember Instinct.
Give it a rest.
I was like, you're doing really well, looks in the upper right. Ah.
This should prove it.
I do remember you forgetting that sometimes. I was like, wow, he's doing really well for not using it. Looks in the upper right. Oh, never mind.
I clicked left bumper, and then I like clicked right bumper. I was like, it's gonna work. Out.
Yeah, it's one of the two.
Yeah, pretty sure it's right bumper, but whatever. I'm convinced that Sakura wrote that dying message.
Because if you look at it, the message was almost certainly written using a finger, but both of her hands were completely free of blood.
Say what?
Then, who did write it?
Hiro could very well have written it himself.
I'm just double check something real quick. Okay, that is cool. I checked the input lag setting. Why that's even a setting on TVs, I don't know.
It's like, it's either Hiro wrote it himself, or Byakuya is pulling some bullshit again, and he came back afterwards and was just trying to fuck with us again.
That would explain how he knew about the message in the first place.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
Ah! He admits it!
I figured as much.
But why would you write something like that?
Because I killed her!
Okay, question mark? That's... sus.
Please, just let me explain what happened. I got Ogre's note, and so I headed to the rec room right before noon, just like it said.
You just did exactly as the note asked? What a fool.
And when I got there... And that's all she said. After that, we just stood around in awkward silence. Suddenly, I heard her mutter something. As soon as I heard that, I just knew. I knew she was gonna try and kill me. She was gonna kill me and make her escape. So of course I freaked out, and then... I saw my only chance. I grabbed the Monokuma bottle from the shelf and smashed it across her head.
Is that the queen? Is that...
It's blurry, I don't know.
I hit her from behind before she had any idea what was happening. Then she just went limp. I didn't see her move again after that.
Okay.
I really feel like... part of me wants to say that that hit was actually post-mortem or something. Like, she was already going to die anyway from poison.
Oh, we'll get there when we get there.
Yeah, that's my current theory.
Once it was over, I pulled myself together. I realized if I didn't do something, I'd be caught and executed.
Alright.
And also, like... Hiro doesn't seem smart enough to pull this off, I'm sorry to say.
To be fair, he straight up said it was an instinctual, oh fuck.
I ran away.
I can't believe you! You're the worst! I hope you die!
Well, that's what happened. Go ahead. Roast me, boil me, do whatever you want.
We're not cannibals, my guy.
You're not gonna get off that easy. It's death. Death for the one that killed Sakura. We're ready to vote now, right? We know who did it.
There's still holes.
We have way too much fucking evidence, Hina.
No, I think there's more to Hiro's story.
What are you talking about? What else could there be?
There's one thing that Hiro's story just now doesn't explain, and until we figure that part out, we can't consider the case closed.
Exhaust all the avenues.
Yep. Oh, right, well, the magazine was hidden.
Oh yeah.
That's true. Everything you just said. It doesn't explain why the magazine was hidden, does it? By the time the body was discovered, The magazine had been picked up and put on the shelf.
Again, I'm suspecting Togami bullshit, but...
Why would you take the time to write that message? Then stick it somewhere we might not find it.
Oh. Well, I didn't hide it. I'm sure I just left it sitting there on the table.
Really?
He's lying! He's gotta be lying!
I don't see any reason he would lie now, after already confessing to the crime.
Then, he's not lying?
Assuming he's telling the truth, someone else must have put the magazine back on the shelf. In other words, at least one other person was in the rec room both before and after the incident.
And I'm guessing that's Toko because Byakuya is just like, I was never there at all. I didn't see her all day.
I don't think there's any question about that.
But then, who was it?
If they went to the trouble of hiding the magazine, they must not have liked what was written on it.
Yeah.
I fucking wonder.
Yeah, because I doubt Togami would have fucking cared if someone wrote Toko's name.
Yeah.
Who else would want to hide the magazine other than the person whose name was written on it?
Was he right, Togo? Did you really go to the rec room? Why would I have... Wait, but more important, that doesn't even matter. We already know who did it, right?
Well, actually, I guess the question is how much does Toko remember when she's Genocide Jack? And how much does Genocide Jack remember when she's Toko?
I forget, but I legit forget that detail.
Because, like, maybe it's something where it's like, oh, I didn't go there. It's like, maybe you didn't, but Jack certainly did.
Hero just admitted it.
That's right. I killed her.
No,
You think you killed her.
didn't.
Who asked you?
I don't doubt Hiro attacked Sakura with the
To be fair, Toko, my life's on the line too.
This case ends.
What do you mean?
What he means is that Hiro isn't the killer.
You can't be serious. That's just... I don't believe it.
Hiro, tell us what happened one more time. If we go through it once more, it should become clear he's not Sakura's killer.
So, what do you want me to do?
Just tell us what happened one more time when you attacked Sakura.
I don't really see why, but okay.
Yeah, I like this case because it's like everyone thought something different and is all piecing it together.
Oh god, okay.
I wouldn't hurt to double check the yellow powder, at least see which one that is. Like which powder it
The
is.
first one is this. This is one of her.
That's the vomited blood.
There's no injury indication why she would have vomited blood. Okay. And then the second one
Oh, yellow powder was the one on the shoe. And that's why we double checked that.
and then it was Kyoko's examination. Suffered 2 blows to the head, not 1. No blood was found on either of her hands.
Oh, yeah, we've even yet to touch on the 2 blows thing.
So it's either this or the status of her body.
I did it.
Wait, if we're talking about Hero's account here.
And I hit Ogre from behind before she could do anything.
You hit her from behind. And you only hit her once. Is that right?
Oh.
Yeah, just once.
Okay.
After
There we go.
the first swing, the bottle shattered. And she went limp.
See? Isn't it odd? Hero really is the killer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotta make sure.
Game does a pretty good job leading you for the most part.
I didn't want to, but I grabbed him on a coop and I hit Ogre from behind before she could do.
You hit her from behind. And you only hit her once. Is that right?
Yeah, just once.
No, that's wrong.
Sorry, Wachigalio.
If Sakura died from Hiro's single blow, that doesn't explain why she had 2 head wounds.
Huh? 2?
That's right. She had 2 separate wounds on her head.
And remember, this girl examines dead bodies as a hobby. Personally, I'm inclined to believe her.
But I only hit her once. How could she have 2 wounds?
She already had 1.
2 wounds means she was struck twice. What's more, Both attacks must have come from a Monokuma bottle.
Hold on. How can you know that just from some cuts on her head? She was attacked twice with 2 Monokuma bottles?
It's not just because of her head wounds. It's also because of the Monokuma bottles themselves. There's something very suspicious about those bottles.
We're finally touching on this.
Once you understand that point, you'll understand why 2 separate Monokuma bottles must have been used. Think back. After the incident, there were 4 Monokuma bottles left on the shelf, right? And we found pieces of a bottle on the ground, along with the chest piece it had inside.
That was the bottle Hiro hit Sakura with, right?
For now, just note that there were 4 intact bottles and 1 broken bottle. But originally, there were 6 bottles in total, meaning 1 has gone missing.
But how can you know for sure there were 6 bottles?
Because we know chess.
That's easy. If you look at what the bottles all had in common, it should become clear.
I think we're about to do a goddamn Hangman. Oh, that's the Hangman music.
Oh boy.
Time for your spelling bee.
Aha. Yeah, chess piece. Give me.
Now I understand.
Complete.
That's it. The chess pieces. Inside each bottle, there was a Monokuma figure holding a different chess piece.
King, rook, bishop, pawn. I definitely remember seeing each.
So that was King.
Mm-hmm.
And the piece that was inside the broken bottle we found was the knight, if I remember.
So, what's that matter?
Where's the
I
queen?
guess you don't know too much about chess, do you? Then let me explain. In chess, there are 6 different pieces. The king, the queen, the rook, knight, bishop, and pawn. What was left intact at the crime scene were the king, rook, bishop, and pawn. Just those 4.
You know, I feel really sorry for any player who's never even touched chess before.
Mm-hmm. That's like, what is all this? It's blowing my mind.
Oh, so the queen is...
To be fair, this would be absolutely me if they were holding shogi pieces.
Absolutely. Just like,
like,
what do you mean?
Because, like, yes, like, you've got the king, you got the general, you got the silver, you got the lancer. There's lots of different pieces.
Yeah.
So we only have evidence for 5 bottles at the scene, while 1 apparently went missing.
What does chess have to do with anything?
Yeah, shogi is way better.
Not the point, hero.
Yeah. Wait, no, that's not what I mean. Let's say
Oh my god, Toko actually got caught up in it.
there's still no evidence that has anything to do with this case. That bottle could have disappeared any time before the...
You know what? Fair point. Counterpoint.
No. It's clear that the missing bottle is connected to this case.
Weights.
How is it clear?
Think about what state the missing bottle must have been in. Maybe then you'll understand.
It was exciting. Makoto. The bottle was excited. What does it even mean?
I got it! The bottle must have been...
Honestly, I first read it as explosive. I might immediately went to a Galaxy Quest quote. Gonna need to watch that movie again.
Because there was evidence at the scene that supports it.
Huh?
That's right. We found evidence that shows there was more than just 1 broken bottle at the scene.
And what is this evidence?
The glass! I mean, you know it, I know it, yeah. Although I think they're specifically going for the weights here. I believe you can loop the evidence scrolls, but yeah, fair enough. There it is. You missed it.
Ah.
I got it! Earlier, Kyoko and I did a little experiment. We compared the weight of the broken bottle pieces at the seam to one of the unbroken bottles. And what we found was that the collection of pieces was heavier. And the reason for that is there was actually more than one bottle's worth of shattered glass.
So from this, we can surmise that 2 bottles were actually broken at the scene of the crime. But someone did their best to clean up the pieces of one of the bottles, along with the figure inside. But when they did, they must have left behind a few too many pieces. Which is only natural. They certainly had no way to measure the exact right number of pieces to remove.
But why would they have to try and get rid of it like that anyway?
Because of what it would reveal about the case.
Nope.
Wait, what?
They were trying to remove enough glass to make it not be the amount, remember.
Oh, okay.
I got it! The bottle that was removed from the scene was used the second time Sakura was attacked.
The second wound on Sakura's
Remember,
head
Hiro was in too much of a panic. He left the second he hit her.
Yeah, he hit her, wrote the name, and ran. Okay.
And then the second battle happened, they tried to clean up the pieces they specifically dropped.
Given all the evidence, this is the only possible conclusion.
Well, I have a lot of health, so it doesn't matter.
Killer
Yeah.
wanted to make it look like there was only one
Byakuya's skill really came in handy.
Uh-huh.
From there, we can conclude that it wasn't Hiro who delivered that second blow. Wouldn't you agree, Toko? And there's the matter of the magazine. You must have been in the rec room when the incident took place.
Wait! I admit, maybe there was a second attack, but there's no evidence I had anything to do with it.
No way! You killed her! I'm sure of it!
Shut up!
So now we just have to link her specifically to the crime scene.
Killed her.
I'm not afraid to admit when I'm wrong. That's just the kind of guy I am.
Committed to killing someone, though.
Plus,
To be fair, that's when he thought the jig was up.
proves it.
Okay, fine. Let's
So we're just like, let's get this out of the way.
I got Ogre's note. I was kind of nervous about it, so I went to the rec room early. You know, to stake it out or whatever. So I was waiting there, and that's when I saw her. I saw Toko go into the rec room. Pretty soon, Ogre showed up, and she went into the rec room. I assumed Toko was still in there, so I figured everything would be okay. That's why I headed in. But when I got inside, Ogre was all alone. Toko had disappeared.
You can guess where this is going, right?
She was in the locker.
And you just now decided to share that with us?
But I mean, the locker was so dusty, you'd have to wonder how many times she sneezed and switched personas.
After the shock of thinking I'd killed someone, I forgot all about it.
Could someone tighten the screws on his brain? They've come loose.
So, Toko, where the heck did you disappear to?
I can explain that.
Don't know what you're talking about. I never went in the rec room.
And there's our cue.
I'm sure she didn't disappear, but maybe she found somewhere to hide.
Or hiding in the rec room? Don't be ridiculous. Why are you all ganging up on me? You're all nothing but vermin.
Oh,
Bullet time battles, okay. Yes, please. Probably been pressing triangle during your oh god.
oh right, now you have to choose your evidence.
You have to pay a little extra attention to your finishing blow. Now you have to choose okay.
That's the same controls as during a non-stop, by the way. So, you know.
You selected the same way doing okay, so press the L1 button.
Yep.
You select the bait. If you're logically set to down, you'll have fewer balls to choose from. Lovely. Educational purposes, we're gonna pretend you're set to mean regardless. Just this once, okay? Oh, by the way, you're about halfway through the game now. Go you. Fun. And good luck and have fun.
It's a lie. I admit nothing. I hate you. I curse you.
should prove it.
I'm guessing you lost your rhythm somewhere in there.
Got a little bit, and then it went negative, and then it clicked R1. I'm just like, okay, it's done.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, trust me, I've done enough rhythm heaven shit to know that losing your rhythm just slightly can completely fuck it.
They must have been hiding in there and put their hand on the wall without thinking. Does this handprint look familiar, Toko?
No, it doesn't.
Okay then, let's just compare it to your hand, shall we? That'll clear everything up, right?
And there it is.
Stop wasting my time. Just tell us the truth.
Okay, it's my handprint.
She just straight up admitted it.
Well, she has the hots for Byakuya, so, I mean, we just need him to be interpreter, I guess.
Then you killed Sakura!
Oh my god, Hina.
No, I swear, there's no way!
Out with it.
I probably did kill her.
Straight up again.
Wait, what do you mean probably?
Give us the details, Toko. What happened between you and Sakura?
Talk. Now.
After I read Sakura's note, I decided to go there early, so I went into the rec room. I didn't know what she might do if I didn't go, but I was too scared to face her head on, so I figured I'd just sneak in first and hide in the locker.
Then, did you see what happened? Did you see me hit her?
Yes, and I saw you write my name. I saw you forge her dying message.
Well, that's awkward.
Hero.
He's not wrong though.
And put the magazine back on the shelf.
But
Oh,
when you
yeah, upside
did,
down.
You put it back, upside down.
I didn't mean to. I was in a hurry.
Imbeciles, all of you.
Forget all that. Why did you attack Sakura? After I put the magazine back, I heard a sound behind me like a monster growling. And when I turned around, there was Sakura, covered in blood and staring right at me.
Probably still pissed from you cutting Hina.
When I saw all that blood, I fainted right there in front of the magazines.
And then...
Did she hit her head? Or...
I don't remember what happened after that.
Hmm.
If you want to know more, you'll...
Remember, she passed out.
Mm-hmm.
There it is.
Okay, there it is.
Guess who's back?
Okay.
It was your fault after all.
My fault, Master's fault. When our faults combine, they soar to even greater heights.
No!
Just answer the question. Did you kill Sakura?
Well, to be honest, Miss Morose and me don't actually share our memories.
There we go.
So I can't really say what was going on. But I was just minding my own business, sleeping peacefully when someone shook me awake. Was it a prince paying me a visit? I wondered. So I opened my eyes to see... Splatter everywhere! I was not prepared for that. Well, I guess it took me by surprise. I got so startled, I smacked her with the first thing I could find, which I guess was a bottle. Sakura was just worried about you, and you're terrible! No, she's terrible! Thanks to her, I murdered someone who wasn't an adorable boy for the first time ever!
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Also, I do love this. Like, oh, genocide. Jack might have actually killed someone out of pure fucking reflex.
And when it was all over, you collected the pieces of the bottle to get rid of the evidence, didn't you?
I wasn't about to die for some woman! If I'm gonna go down, I want it to be for killing Master!
Just go away and die your meaningless death. Don't drag me in.
But I just can't catch a break, you know? Fate's got it out for me. Because normally, Sakura should have been able to dodge my attack, no problem!
Even as strong as she is, she must have still been reeling from Hiro's attack.
I actually don't think so. I think whatever was in her system was fucking with her.
Hey, come on. That's, you know. But anyway, I'm not the one that killed Ogre.
Bruh.
That's good.
We're still gonna have to talk about this.
Mm-hmm. Keep talking about that, and he is
Well
gonna...
then, that's that. Let's start the vote.
We're not done.
What's wrong? Come on, everyone.
everyone, we're ready to vote, right? Let's do this.
No, not quite yet.
Exactly.
Not yet? Why not yet?
Don't you think there was something odd about Toko's story? I mean, you had to have noticed.
Odd? Huh?
Hiro's attack, and then Toko's, but that still wasn't the end of it. Tell us your story one more time. Tell us what happened after you fainted. Then even this gaggle of idiots should understand what I'm talking about.
Your wish is my command, darling.
Oh god.
If everyone's gonna get a true recap, it's gonna be him.
Mm-hmm. Kyoko's examinations. Okay, same 3. Okay, so it's probably the powder, I would have to guess.
I was just sleeping peacefully, and all of a sudden, Sakura was right there in front of me. I remember waking up right in front of the magazine shelf.
You were taken by surprise when you saw Ogre covered in blood. So you smashed her head in with the Monokuma bottle?
You got it! I smashed her good!
And where did the attack take place?
Right where I woke up. I killed her there in front of the shelf.
Oh wait. In front of it.
Remember where we found her.
I was just
It was...
Hmm.
It was very much not in front of the shelf.
Yeah.
sleeping peacefully, and all of a sudden, Sakura was right there. I remember waking up.
You were taken by surprise when you saw you smashed her head in with the Monokuma bottle?
You got it! I smashed her good!
And where did the attack take place?
Right where I woke up. I killed her there in front of the shelf.
No, that's wrong. We found Sakura sitting upright in a chair. If the blow by the shelf was the cause of death, there's no explanation why she was in that chair.
So, you finally noticed.
That's just another lie from a bloodthirsty serial killer.
And we are going to counter that.
While she was sitting in the chair?
No, I'm sure she's telling the truth. Anyone who saw the murder scene should think the same way.
There's a bloodstain. Yeah. This one.
I got it! Sakura was definitely attacked in front of the shelf. The blood stained by the magazines is proof of that.
Then she must have moved the body after she killed her, right? All to make it look like I did it. Because when I hit her, she was sitting in the chair.
Hey, come on now, look at me. I can't carry anything heavier than my own scissors. There's no way I could move a muscle-bound heavyweight like that.
Fair point.
Then what's the deal?
Well, are you still convinced the case has come to an end?
But
Plus, the biggest mystery of all, the locked room, still has yet to be explained. Until we take care of that, we can't say this case has been properly settled.
oh, that part's easy. After she killed Sakura, Toko just hid in the locker again.
Locker was open.
So she just hid in there till everyone showed up and opened the door?
Nope.
And while everything was all confused and hectic, she just snuck out of the locker into the group.
No, I don't think that's possible.
We saw it for ourselves, I think.
Yes. The window, remember?
Yeah.
Even before we opened the door to the rec room, Hina and I both got a look inside. And at that point, the locker was already open. So obviously Toko couldn't have been hiding in there.
Okay then, where was she hiding?
I don't know. What's this whole locked room thing about anyway?
How do you not know? You killed her!
I think the fact that I don't know proves I didn't kill her. Thank you very much.
I mean, fair question
You're
mark?
lying.
No, she's not. I've been saying all along, there's still more to this case.
But if Genocide Jill didn't do it, that means Ogre didn't die from the shot to the head.
Shot?
Blow, shot, you know.
Yeah.
Well, I can't imagine what else could have killed her.
And that's our cue, I
You're
believe.
overlooking vital information.
Whatever.
Okay. And this debate gives us...
Yellow powder Monaco file for Aoi's account. Okay, let's see what those are.
I'm assuming Monaco file here is going to be about the whole blood vomit.
There's evidence of a strong will on sort of fire on the blood. And then the yellow powder's on her foot, so it's really this one.
And that was that one's settled, pretty much.
File.
If it wasn't from Genocide Jill's attack...
I'm an idiot.
Wrong button.
Yep.
There's no other possible cause. What killed Sakura? I can't think of anything other than the shot to her head.
Okay.
So you're dead set on blaming me, huh?
What was it that killed Oak? If it wasn't from Jip, then what was it?
There's no other what killed Sakura. I can't think of anything other than the shot to her...
No.
Alright.
According to the Monokuma file, Sakura had vomited blood. I think we can assume there's a chance this was related to her cause of death. In fact, there was even a trace of blood left around her mouth.
Well, I mean... maybe when she got hit with the bottle, she cut the inside of her mouth.
Nope.
I don't think that's how shrapnel works.
If that's all it was, the file wouldn't have specified vomited blood. Not to mention, I didn't find any cuts inside her mouth.
You even checked in there? God, you really are into dead bodies!
I think one of her parents probably just worked at the morgue or something.
No, I'm not into dead bodies. What I'm into is solving mysteries.
But if there wasn't a cut or anything, then what made her vomit blood?
The poisons?
Some sort of reaction within her body. Most likely, Sakura was poisoned.
Poisoned?
That's right. This is the conclusion I've arrived at, and so there can be no mistake.
You arrogant asshole.
You're making me go all weak in the knees!
That's a face.
Yeah, I get it's Toko and Jack. What are you gonna do?
Mm-hmm.
She was poisoned? It isn't possible!
We have a whole shelf of poison. Of course it's
Is
possible.
it really so hard to believe? Then let me explain exactly how the culprit was able to poison her.
You can... explain it?
Of course, if you don't mind.
Everyone quiet! Shut up and listen to Master!
But you're the only one talking.
The key to unlocking this mystery was hiding in the chem lab up on the 4th floor.
Huh? Not in the rec room? And I could have found it all along.
You never would have, since you gave up on the search the moment you were barred from the crime scene.
Well, yeah, good point.
There's a big shelving unit in the chem lab that houses a variety of mixtures and chemicals. And that's where I found this.
C9.
Is that the poison?
I mean, there are a lot of
It's
poisons.
not an especially powerful poison, but it'll still kill you if you drink an entire bottle.
And, like, they either, like, did they swap the stuff?
Keep
Did they
going,
swap-
you'll see.
Yeah.
But the specific properties don't matter. What does matter is where I found it.
Where'd you find it?
The shelf is divided up into 3 sections, A, B, and C. In section A, dietary supplements. In B, reagents. And in C, a variety of lethal chemicals.
And that's where the
True.
poison came from? Section C?
No.
Well, that's the question, isn't it?
And we saw it ourselves.
Section A.
I got it! The poison was actually in Section A, wasn't it?
Huh? You just said that Section A was for supplements or whatever.
Strange, isn't it? Why would there be a bottle of poison mixed in with all those nutritional additives?
Yeah, so? Why?
Because the culprit switched it out. That's why.
What do you mean?
I mean, this.
Master!
Ugh, that tastes awful.
Oh no! Master's in real trouble! You have to drink some water! You can't just swallow powder! It'll stick to your throat!
Idiot! He just swallowed poison! We need to make him spit it out!
The flavor certainly makes me want to spit it out. What's so high quality about this stuff?
Huh? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the protein.
Protein?
They switched the labels on the
Can
bottles.
I see that bottle for a second?
Sure. Do whatever you
Fucking love how just the utter audacity he has there. Just like,
Just
I'm just going down this, no big deal.
And everyone else is just like, dude, what the fuck? Yellow powder.
It's protein powder.
Correct. That wasn't poison in the bottle, but harmless protein powder.
The absolute balls on him to just do that, though.
And that's why there's this giant, like, stain of powder there,
Which
and they
makes
poured
me
it all
wonder,
out.
The poison that should have been in that bottle, where did it go?
It's on the floor. Oh, another hangs mirror. Okay.
That is not floor.
Protein.
It's a good thing they already filled in that E, because I would have absolutely fucked up the spelling, probably.
Alright.
E and I tend to fuck me up a bit.
Can I get an eye?
Yeah, Hangman Gambit is it's a something.
Mm-hmm.
Now I understand.
And there's Hangman Gambit in 2.
Mm-hmm.
Poison must have been poured into the protein can. If the protein's in the poison bottle, it seems only logical to assume the reverse is true, right?
Absolutely. The contents of each container were switched, so the protein was in the bottle of poison, and the poison was in the protein can. Once you accept that, it becomes obvious how the culprit was able to get Sakura to drink the poison.
Holy crap!
All they had to do was hand her something there at the scene, and she was happy to drink the poison herself.
A protein.
I got it! You're saying they gave her a protein drink, right?
A protein drink which actually contained a deadly poison.
What?
That's all it took to kill Sakura. That is the true cause of death.
You know, I do remember Ogre saying that protein stuff was good for all kinds of aches and pains. So maybe she took it to try and help with the whole bleeding head wound thing.
But what was offered to her instead was a bottle full of poison. And I already know exactly who swapped the mixtures.
For real? Who was it?
Evidence revealing who replaced the two materials was left in the chem lab for anyone to see.
And we were the ones that made said evidence. Or at least wrote down said evidence.
This?
Yeah. Because remember, we did write down the floor plan. I just forgot the floor plan itself was
Behind
evidence.
in front of the shelf. That's the evidence you're talking about, isn't it?
I visited the chem lab this morning, and there were definitely no footprints there at that point.
Was the powder
They
there?
must have appeared around the time of the murder, which leaves no doubt that they're connected. What's more, the footprints were in front of Section A, where I found the bottle meant for the poison. The culprit must have gone to Section A to swap the poison and protein.
There's one flaw in your logic. Just one. Note where there aren't footprints.
Mm-hmm.
And given how clear the prints were, figuring out who they belong to will pose no problem.
Those might actually be Sakura's
All we have
footprints.
to do is check everyone's footprints right now. Then we'll see who...
It was me. The footprints. They're mine.
Tina?
If you're all gonna find out anyway, I'd rather you hear it straight from me, you know?
Then, Ogre's killer was...
Yep. I did it. I killed Sakura.
Just as I suspected.
I don't believe that either.
The footprints were made by a pair of sneakers. There was no mistaking it. And the only people here who wear sneakers are...
Well, since she admitted to it.
I got it!
Also, Leon's dead end. Do you think Byakuya would wear sneakers?
Yeah.
So, Byakuya, that explains why you...
If the footprints didn't belong to Makoto, that left only one other possibility. Just you. Plus, Nina's been acting strange ever since the trial began. You were in an awful rush to get to the vote, weren't you? This whole time, you've been focused on pinning the crime on someone else, haven't you?
I can't believe it.
What about it can't you believe?
Well, it's just... the two of them were so close.
That's likely exactly why it turned out this way. Because they were so close, Sakura didn't think twice about it when Hina handed her the concoction. Hina used that trust to kill her. She deceived the victim, and she tried to deceive all of us. I have to say, Hina, coming from you, this was a particularly nasty little scheme.
I still think Hina's too stupid for this, and I think like it was switched by someone else and she just went along with it, thinking that this is gonna help her, and then yeah.
Hina, is it true?
So I don't know where this like would lay the black end.
Did you really kill Sakura? And if you did, why? Why would you do that?
I found her. There in the rec room. She was hurt. She asked me to bring her that protein drink.
I feel like Sakura was the one who switched it in the first place.
But when I went to get the powder from the chem lab, it just occurred to me all of a sudden.
That's sus.
Now's my chance to kill her. That's what you thought, right? That's when you switched out the protein powder, and that's when you gave her the poisoned mixture.
And then she downed it all at once. And then
Hold it!
Phoenix, right?
I'm not convinced.
You're not about to claim she wouldn't kill a close friend, are you? You still don't get it, do you? The game we're playing here isn't so kind. Honeyed words like friendship don't matter here. What matters is outwitting the opponent, defeating them. Not a person alive would sacrifice themselves for another. In the end, we're all in it for ourselves, just like how this girl sacrificed Sakura to save herself.
You say that, but I'm still not convinced.
How many times do you plan to repeat yourself?
Don't misunderstand me. I'm not saying it because of some misguided sentimentalism, but there's still that one unsolved mystery, and I'm not convinced.
Are you talking about the locked room problem?
Hina, if you really are the killer, explain it. How did you create that locked room?
well, that doesn't matter. Just because I'm guilty, that means I have to tell you everything?
No, it doesn't. But the fact that you won't tell us concerns me.
Surely you're not... Do you honestly think Hina didn't actually kill her?
You're not always right,
And
Byakuya.
if I did,
We've proven this.
Impossible. She switched out the mixtures. She's the culprit. There's no way you can doubt this.
We have
Are
evidence.
you sure about that? Even ignoring the fact that I don't want to believe it, it just doesn't fit.
What doesn't fit?
I mean, why would someone leave such a clear clue like a footprint? It's too obvious. Too easy.
he's right. It makes it look like you wanted people to suspect you.
I was just nervous. So,
It was a pretty big spill.
I left a footprint.
You didn't notice?
Yeah, that's just how it was. What can I do?
Listen, Hina. Could you go into a bit more detail? Tell us more about when you switched the poison and the protein.
How come? That doesn't matter.
No, it does.
Hina,
It matters a lot.
please. I'd like to know too.
Fine.
Waste your time if you like. It's clear that Hina is the culprit.
You are stuck in this, aren't
There's
you?
nobody else to suspect. Nobody else could have possibly done it.
Go ahead, Hina.
About that.
Start from the moment you arrived at the chem lab.
Well, right away, I went to Section C and got the poison.
And is that when you spilled the powder in front of that part of the shelf?
Yeah. When I opened the bottle, I dropped it like an idiot.
I see. Okay then, go on.
So then I moved to Section A and got the protein powder. And that's where I switched them. Once I was done with that, I took the protein can that had the poison in it and left the room. But I accidentally put the bottle filled with protein powder back on the wrong shelf. And because of that, everything I did got found out. And that's it.
And we know the flaw.
Just told. First you went to Section C to get the poison. Then moved to Section A to get the protein, right? Meaning you went from Section C to Section A. Do I have that correct?
Yeah.
Yep, nope. She went straight to A
Can
and
you
then back
repeat
out.
that series of events one more time?
What's wrong with you, Big Mac? You're being awfully pushy.
It's the same thing no matter how many times you hear it. How long until you're satisfied?
Till we figure it out.
It's nice to see Makoto actually fully take charge here.
The prince and the powder come out.
First,
Just to be sure.
That's just where they are.
That's just the thing that brought plots.
That was just the spill.
Yeah.
So,
It's this.
I went to Section C. That's when I grabbed the poison.
And you spilled some of the powder on the ground in front of the shelf.
I also like how this debate started because it's like, hey, I need to recap one more time and then have the player find the contradiction.
Okay, and then?
I moved from Section C to Section
There it is.
A. And that's where I switched the powder. Once I was done, I put the bottle filled with the protein. Then I took the bottle with and left the... That's all there is to...
Honestly, that's enough. How much longer must we tolerate this?
Now, we know what the contradiction is.
That's
Yeah.
when I grabbed the... And you spilled some of the... Yeah. Okay.
And then?
I moved from Section C...
Nope.
No, that's wrong.
So that's how that one didn't really have white noise because everyone was actually
You said
trying
you
to pay
went get
attention.
the poison from Section C, and that's where you spilled the powder, right?
Yeah? What about it?
And after that, you said you moved from Section C to Section A to get the protein. But the footprints left at the scene were not moving from Section C to Section A. That contradicts what you just said.
Then maybe she moved in some weird direction on purpose to disguise
No
her
matter what footprints would have been on C.
No, that can't be it. Remember what Hina just said?
What the? Hina, what's the meaning?
Well...
You lied to us. Plain and simple. If you look at the footprints, your movements in the chem lab are obvious.
Friend asked for protein. She wanted protein.
The powder had already been spilled when you came in, and you went straight to Section A. So you never went to Section C. Whatever you did there, it only involved Section A.
Well... You see...
What the hell? What's going on here?
Kobe's just like,
And the footprints
Does not
aren't the
compute.
only problem
Yeah.
with her account. Before I explain that part, I'd like to submit some new evidence.
fun.
New evidence? Impossible, there can't be.
Are you sure? After all, you're the one that
This
gave
VA does a great job at flustered mode.
I did?
Byaku's just like, what is happening?
It was hidden inside the bottle of poison you gave me. I'm amazed you, of all people, would miss such a vital clue. A
The
true
shade.
Oversight.
Just say it already! What is it you think you found?
I found this. It had sunk to the bottom of the bottle, and the hidden clue was exposed, thanks to you ingesting the powder.
Oh god, imagine if he swallowed that. That would have hurt.
I couldn't have solved the mystery without you. So, thank you for that.
But what is it?
Oh, you still don't realize? Well then, Makoto, why don't you explain it?
Oh god.
Me?
I don't know any more than him.
Fine. If you really do know, explain the meaning of that shard of glass.
Blue glass. Something. The rec room window?
That's the only thing we broke.
I got it!
Mm-hmm.
It's part of the window from the rec room door, right?
The window?
The window we broke to get in was light blue, just like that. So I think that must be it.
You're right. It must be. Of course, that leads to another question. How did a shard of glass from the window get inside this bottle of poison?
What's so strange about that?
What's strange is that, according to what Hina told us,
Where was it the bottle of poison should have been when I broke the rec room window? The bottle of poison would have been on the A shelf. The A section of the shelf.
Yep.
I got it! The bottle of poison was left on the shelf in the chem lab. That is what you said, right, Hina? And yet, somehow a piece of glass from the rec room window made its way into the bottle.
Everything Hina told us was a lie?
In reality, that bottle of poison most definitely found its way to the rec room. It was there at least until the window got broken. In other words, when the locked room was unlocked. There's no other way to explain the presence of that glass in that bottle.
But also she would have already... Okay, never mind.
And then, once the room was opened, the bottle somehow got moved back to the shelf in the
Remember
chem
Hina's
lab.
actions?
Meanwhile, the protein can we found at the crime scene was planted there. That had to be after the locked room was opened. In other words, after Sakura died.
Wait, hold on. You're moving too fast.
Funny.
I'll grant you, the bottle of poison may well have been in the rec room when it was locked. But how can you say the protein can was put there after the room was unlocked? We already know she was given the protein can with the poison inside, right? If that can wasn't there when she died, how did she get poisoned?
You're right. We do need to explain that. But before we do, there's something I'd like to confirm with everyone here. It has to do with the protein can. After Sakura's body was discovered, did anyone move it or trip over it or anything like that?
What are you talking about? Is this some kind of loaded question?
Well, probably.
Not at all. Just answer to the best of your ability.
Well, no, not that I remember.
Yeah, me either.
Not me.
Same here. Yeah, me either.
Okay then, that settles it. That proves that the protein can found its way to the murder scene after the room was opened.
Oh, come on! How can you say that? How can you know what I don't know?
Yeah. Remember one thing that was noted when we first saw that?
Yeah, there were shards of glass under it. Probably the empty protein.
Yeah, because that was just straight up the can with the glass.
There's not a doubt in my mind. Until the locked room was unlocked. It absolutely was not in there.
So you're saying someone planted it there after we got the door open?
No, that's impossible. It had to have been in there the whole time.
He's so stumped, I love
It
it.
had to be. It was in there before the rec room was unlocked.
Well, we know what to hit.
When it comes to that, there's not a doubt until, though, it absolute.
So you're someone plant?
No, it had to have been in there the whole time. It had to be. It was in there.
Today, Takami loses his fucking mind.
Yeah.
Also, that music timing was great.
Yeah.
You remember how there was broken glass scattered all around the room, right?
Of course. It came from the window you broke to get in. What about it?
Well, those pieces weren't just scattered around the protein can. We also found pieces underneath the can.
What?
Oh, that's a glorious sprite.
This proves it. It shows that the can must have been put down on the floor after the window was broken.
Because physics are a bitch.
So it had to be after we got into the room.
Gravity always fucks you over. Have you ever played a Souls game? It's what kills you more than anything else.
I see. So that's your explanation. Kyoko, earlier when you asked if anyone had moved the can or tripped over it,
If that were the case, that would explain the can being on top of the glass.
Yep.
So you asked everyone about it to eliminate that possibility right out of the gate.
And that's made everything clear, hasn't it? As long as it was a locked room, it only contained the bottle of poison, and not the protein can. But once the room was opened up, they were switched. And as a result, the protein can wound up in the rec room, and the bottle of poison returned to the chem lab.
if that's all true, then why did Sakura drink the poison? I thought we all agreed she was tricked into drinking it because of the protein can.
She was committing seppuku.
No, that's not why. The only explanation is she drank it from its original bottle, knowing exactly what it was.
Precisely. She was alone in a locked room. All she had was the poison. What other possibility is there?
You're saying she drank it knowing what it was? Such a ridiculous fiction is...
Exactly what happened.
Then tell us already. Sorry. Please, tell us.
Before we get to that, we need to clarify one other thing. We need to establish who exactly got the poison from the chem lab and took it to the rec room.
It was Hina, right? She took it and gave it to Ogre.
What do you think, Makoto?
I got it! I think it was Sakura herself.
Huh? So Sakura, who was apparently murdered, just poisoned herself? What are you talking about? There's no way!
On the contrary, we know for a fact she went to the chem lab, right to the section full of poisons.
You're lying! Stop lying!
We have evidence.
Why? Why would you lie like
I
that?
think we have one more BTB. Yep, BTB time.
You're a liar! What are you saying? Wrong! You're wrong! I'm telling you, I did it! Stop talking! You're a liar! Wrong! You're wrong! Wrong! You're wrong! I hate you! You're a liar! What are you saying? Wrong! You're wrong! I'm telling you, I did it! Stop talking!
Ugh.
You're a liar!
Okay, she's almost
Wrong.
done here.
You're wrong! Wrong! You're wrong! Do you have any kind of proof, Sakura,
Yeah,
to
still
support
no.
This should prove it.
The good thing was already on the powder on the shoe.
Well, I clicked L1 and it didn't bring up anything.
Oh, well, I bet that too.
Hina, did you know that Sakura's foot had a certain yellow powder stuck to it?
It did?
It did. The same yellow powder that had been spilled by the shelf in the chem lab. That powder was yellow, wasn't it? So the powder we found on Sakura, what else could it be but the powder from the chem lab?
Wait. So, what was that powder doing on Ogre's foot?
And it was only on her instep, right?
Sakura must have been standing right there where the powder was spilled. So the person who spilled the powder by the shelf wasn't Hina, but Sakura. And when Sakura dropped the bottle, she dropped it away from where she was actually standing. Which is how she was able to avoid getting it all over herself. But the powder still got scattered around, and some of it must have wound up on her instep. Is there any problem with my thinking?
But why did Sakura pay a visit to Section C in the first place? The only explanation is that she was looking for poison. After all, that's all that section contained.
No! It was me! The poison! Because I killed her!
No, you didn't kill her.
Time for the whodunit pick. Whew.
It was Junko.
Here's my answer.
And now it makes sense why you're still able to scroll over the portraits.
What? The killer was Sakura?
Wait, so you're saying it was suicide?
I don't believe it. I don't believe it any more than I believe I can fly.
I can't believe it either. Or rather, I don't want to believe it. But when you really think about it, everything matches up. Sakura went and got the poison. She barricaded herself in a room, and she drank it, all so she could end her own life. And that explains why we couldn't solve the mystery of the locked room.
I love how they give you that option, knowing case too.
Yeah.
The locked room mystery was created by Sakura.
I'm sure she locked herself in so nobody could stop her from doing what she did. She sat there, drank the poison, and breathed her last breath. And the empty bottle of poison rolled around the locked room until we came and opened it. At that point, someone grabbed the bottle and snuck it out of the room. And that was you, wasn't it, Hina? You did it to throw off the investigation, didn't you? When we found her body, you stayed right there near the door, because you already knew Sakura was dead. And because the bottle of poison had rolled near the doorway.
That's when you picked up the bottle, right? I was too shocked to notice anything, and Kyoko was busy checking the body.
And the more I think about it, the more I realize how unusual your actions were. You said you were going to go get everyone else, but your real intention was to go to the chem lab and switch out the containers, wasn't it?
Quite the case so far, huh?
You headed straight to the section where the protein powder was kept. There, you took the powder and poured it into the bottle of poison you grabbed from the rec room. When you left the lab, all you had was the empty protein can. Thinking about it like that, the footprints make perfect sense.
When you were
Man.
done, you gathered everyone together.
Also, wow, I'm really gonna have to turn down the audio in post. Oh well.
Yeah.
That's why I have the different channels.
While everyone else was focused on Sakura, you quietly placed the can on the ground. Honestly, I should have noticed. You should have been the first one to run up to Sakura's lifeless body. The Hina I know never would have left her side in a situation like that.
So, Sakura committed suicide. In order to hide this fact, Hina undertook a series of actions to undermine the investigation. As long as you could disguise the truth, you didn't care if we blamed you for her death. That's why you didn't bother to get rid of such obvious evidence, right? The footprints in the powder and the bottle of poison? Vital pieces of evidence, and yet...
So you're saying Hina consciously deceived us to make it look like she killed Sakura?
Yep.
No! I killed her! I did it!
That's enough, Hina.
Time for the final convincer. You know what it is.
Nothing's over!
It is. Actually, no. You're right. We have to end this properly.
Man.
So that should be, probably Togangi, I would imagine. Yeah. Because they're all reacting to it.
Yep. I believe that'll be her hiding in the locker.
Yeah. I think this. does Hero look like Dan over here?
Alright. Okay, yeah, there we are, the night one. Because then you can also see the night in the panel.
Mm-hmm.
Gee, I wonder what that one is. I mean, Toko's just like, the fuck, man?
Like, bruh. And then this is putting it upside down. Or, wait.
I think the locker ones are mixed up. Because that looks more like her going to pull it closed. I think.
Instead of her coming out.
Yeah. I forget if there's a way to check the details on those. Hold on, push options real quick. Yeah, it's start and then R1. Okay, there's no actual, like, check the description on that one. Never mind.
Yeah, I guess we'll just go for it, and if it says no, we'll switch them.
Yeah, it only counts the first mistake after all. And that was the Queen one.
Lay Queen. And then...
Oh, there we are.
Holding poison. This was poison in the pocket.
Yeah, and one detail I like is A, the Sakura one is bloody, but also the amount left is different. Because, like, that one is empty while the one for the Sakura one was still full from before she drank it.
The killer is...
That's a nice detail.
This case began when Sakura asked a number of people to meet her in the rec room. Specifically, those people were Hiro, Toko, and Byakuya. But one of them headed out a bit earlier than the others. Toko. She got there one step ahead of everyone else, and looked around for a good hiding spot.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Alright.
We did mix those up. Guessing that you only have to do one of them on the lower difficulty than that one. It's already gone, so... Oh yeah, you would have to go grab this.
Yoink.
Don't forget to put the other one there, in its spot too. Because I was, thinking about it, I was like, wait, that pose looks more like she's about to pull it closed than pushing it open.
Yeah.
The killer is... you! But one of them headed out a bit earlier than she got there one step ahead of everyone else, and looked around for a good hiding spot. And she found it. She crawled into the locker to get out of sight. Then, from inside the locker, she saw Sakura enter the room. Next to arrive was Hiro. When he got there, he mistakenly thought Sakura was going to try to kill him, so he panicked. Without thinking, he grabbed a nearby Monokuma bottle and attacked Sakura with it. Thinking he'd killed her, he hastily began covering up his crime. He took a magazine from the table and forged a dying message from Sakura. To that end, he wrote down a name. Toko. By writing her name, he was hoping to pin the murder on her. But of course, Toko had witnessed the whole thing. So as soon as the coast was clear, she jumped out of the locker and hid the magazine on the shelf with all the others. But in her rush, she made one little mistake. She put the magazine back upside down. Soon after, she watched as Sakura slowly opened her eyes. She also saw the blood dripping off Sakura's head and fainted. This caused her personality to switch back over to Genocide Jack. When she woke back up, her second personality also saw the blood-soaked Sakura, and she freaked out. And just like Hiro, she grabbed another Monokuma bottle and attacked her. This explains why there were 2 wounds on Sakura's head. Assuming Sakura really was dead this time, she set about disposing of the evidence. She gathered up the broken Monokuma bottle shards and the queen chess piece. And that explains how Sakura was attacked twice with the same type of weapon. But even after those 2 blows, she was still alive. So then, what was Sakura's actual cause of death? It was the poison that Sakura herself got from the chem lab. She turned the rec room into a true locked room scenario, and then drank the deadly mixture. And there, she took her final breath. Later on, the rest of us discovered that her body was in there. We had to smash the door's window to get inside. But someone already knew what had happened, knew that she had committed suicide. And that same someone quietly snatched the bottle of poison from off the ground. And while nobody was looking, replaced it with an empty protein can. They did all this specifically to place all the suspicion on themselves in an attempt to guide the trial to a false conclusion. And the one who went to all that effort was you, Hina.
Great.
That's the full truth of the case. Sakura took her own life, and you claim to be the killer to hide that fact. Isn't that right?
That's what happened? But, Makoto, how did you manage to... How were you able to uncover the truth that even I couldn't discern?
Well, you're stuck so far up your own ass that...
Because we have a fucking soul.
We talk to people.
Huh? Oh, well, I mean...
You still haven't realized? We don't all act according to calculations and cost-benefit diagrams. That's what makes us so complicated. That's what you don't understand. And that's why you couldn't solve this case. See? Didn't I tell you? When you dismiss other people's feelings, it'll always come back to bite you in the end.
Goddamn, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, A's across the board, nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, not a single B or lower. Damn. Considering you did lose some health at points, I'm a little surprised you gave us all A's.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. I think we can all agree you made your point. Did you guys forget already? You still haven't voted yet.
Yeah, yeah.
That's right.
You seriously forgot?
Oh.
I can feel my energy draining out of me. Well, whatever. You don't really have a choice anyway. You just gotta do it. Maybe you don't want to, but please grab your lever and cast your vote. So, who will
It was fun. Well, this case is sad, but goddamn, it is satisfying seeing Togami get knocked down a peg.
Mm-hmm.
Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What is it gonna be?
I can't tell if he's let down that they forgot or not with that delivery.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think he's just like, they took out some of my mojo.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, he's depressed.
My entire existence!
What did you say? Come on.
Yeah, there is that question.
What are you thinking?
Don't be mean.
What is this?
She didn't want to live in a world without Sakura, so why would...
Nope, that's not it.
You should have been the one to die. What?
What?
Here we go.
What is this?
Such brutality has made me desperate. So instead of just waiting to be killed, I'll do it by my own hand. Yeah.
No forgiveness! I can't forgive this!
But,
Hina. They're friends.
why? What are you saying? I won't forgive you. Why? Huh?
Hina. Hina.
Huh?
I have a favor to ask.
Huh?
Some protein.
And then she went to go get us then.
Please. Why? 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 Why?
Hey! Hey!
Oh boy.
What is this?
What are you saying? In other words, yes, indeed.
What the heck?
Of course. Yep. Too bad.
Monokuma, you motherfucker.
It's true.
Huh?
Unbelievable.
Dude, it's absolutely lying. Fuck off.
Well now, well now, well now, well now. Feel it?
Yes! Yes!
Mm-hmm. You attempted to.
And?
What are you gonna do?
Oh god.
Hey! Hey! But hold on.
Enough already.
Yes, indeed.
Sakura's final wish.
As you know, I've been giving information to the one who's imprisoned you here.
It was our first night in this strange school that the mastermind came to see me.
You see, the mastermind took control of my family's dojo and demanded I become their tool.
You might not see the importance of a dojo, but my family has watched over for over 300 years.
I couldn't let it be destroyed under my watch. So even if it meant my own life, I had to protect it.
I will say it's weird how only some of this is voiced.
That's how I saw things.
However, that was my greatest weakness. And because of that, I made the mistake of giving in to the mastermind.
And what the mastermind wanted from me was nothing less than murder.
They were probably worried that until the first murder happened, nothing would move forward. But what neither the mastermind nor I expected was the incident involving Sayaka. At that point, the plan changed. The mastermind told me to hold off, to wait until we reached another stalemate.
However, as I lived here with all of you, as I lived here with Hina, my resolve began to weaken.
Watching everyone fight with such despair, trying so desperately to stay alive. I saw the weakness in my own heart, the mistake of succumbing to the mastermind. And more than anything,
I cannot betray those who would call me their friend.
that's how I came to feel. Fuck you, Monokuma.
I've made a decision. I will no longer retreat, no longer compromise, no longer regret. I've made my decision. I'm going to resist you.
And yep, that's what all led to this chapter.
Of course, I understand if you all hate me. All of this is because of my own weakness.
I'm perfectly willing to accept whatever attack you may want to make on me.
So this is my atonement for betraying you. That's what I had in mind.
But unfortunately, that's not enough. The summit won't end with just me accepting your hatred.
My own situation has started having an effect on more people than just me. Which is exactly what the Mastermind wanted when they revealed my betrayal.
My betrayal brought suspicion, disharmony. The Mastermind knew that eventually it would escalate into someone murdering someone else.
Of course, I'm still responsible for that as well.
I have an obligation to get this situation under control. And to fulfill that obligation, I've decided to do as the Mastermind has commanded. I will do as I was told, and commit murder.
But I've decided the one I'm going to kill is myself.
More loopholes that can be exploited.
If the Mastermind demands that I kill someone, then that someone will be me. Then my dojo will be safe, and above all else, none of you will have to kill anyone.
Well, that's assuming that the Mastermind keeps their word, so,
When I die, the source of conflict among you all dies with me.
until another motive comes, but...
For that, I'm willing to give up my life.
If it can save you, then sacrificing my own life could have no greater meaning. Whatever you think of me, please know that you are all my most treasured friends.
I've never had people like you in my life.
Huh? No way!
Correct. forever.
Finally. Hina, I want to apologize to you especially.
The reason I didn't tell you any of this is because I knew you would try to stop me. I'm really, truly sorry, but please, don't be sad. If I can thwart the Mastermind's plans, if I can keep you from killing each other, that's enough for me. This is the path that I have chosen. This is the only way I have left to distinguish myself. And you can use this note to bring the class trial to a quick end. I'm so sorry to ask you to do something so unpleasant, but I have to leave the rest to you. Please, talk to Byakuya, Toko, and Hiro on my behalf. I can't tell anyone about my plan while I'm alive, but I wanted you to understand why I'm doing this. In the end, though, I hope to show myself through actions and not words. Hopefully then, they'll see.
I never saw you as my enemy. You were only ever my friend, who I wanted to help as much as possible. Hina, whatever it takes, survive. Survive along with everyone else. No matter what, just survive.
But...
What are you gonna do?
Uh-oh.
Too bad. Huh?
Yep.
Say what?
You know? Well?
Ooh-hoo. What? What do you want? How strange. Hey! Phew.
Don't make me repeat myself.
What?
It's all clear now.
Please.
Hey,
What the heck?
Oh boy.
You want me to punish you guys?
You're probably very confused right now.
Little bit, but
What? But...
Wrong. Listen up. Yoo-hoo! Let's give it everything we've got. It's
Hoo boy.
punishment time!
Yeah, that was a long epilogue bit, but
oh,
yeah.
uh-oh.
Yeah.
I don't think...
Phew.
thing is, all he did was scrap a laptop. I don't think that was all of Alter Ego, because we uploaded it to the network. So I'm not convinced that Monokuma completely just killed Alter Ego, but maybe there will be evidence later. It's like, no, he's dead, so I don't know.
I'm gonna do my best.
Oh boy.
What's the matter?
Yeah, Mako was like, yeah, that's not gonna fly.
Mm-hmm.
Just as I thought.
Actually,
Yeah.
Mm.
What are you thinking?
yep.
Mmm.
Phew. Hey,
So yeah, it was hooking up the Ethernet cord that was the straw.
Mm.
I want to be able to help.
very nice. Ba-bum, ba-bum.
Hmm.
Well, uh-huh.
The what?
Yep.
Huh?
Hello.
Hina.
Oh.
Mm. Oh my god.
Too bad. You guys?
Huh?
Too bad.
What?
What?
Oh, by the way, Mastermind.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck you.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
And we're down to 6.
Mm-hmm.
You.
Who?
Hey,
Mm.
Alright. Yeah, I'm probably gonna make a part cut somewhere in here.
Yeah.
Most definitely. I don't think it's a bomb, Makoto.
This isn't Zero Escape.
Yo. But,
Go
Yes.
back upstairs.
Not possible.
You technically did, dude.
Yeah.
Stop talking.
Sorry.
no, 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 no!
Oh my god.
No. Ooh. And you can stop. You're a very floofy boy.
Yeah.
Oh? Ah, right.
This is a school announcement.
Yes,
It
nighttime.
has such
Why?
Actually, nighttime.
I didn't even have headphones plugged in. What the fuck are you talking about? God damn it, controller.
Soon the doors to the dining hall will be locked, and entry at that point is strictly prohibited. Okay then. Sweet dreams, everyone. Good night. Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite.
Well, it's definitely full battery, so we're just gonna unplug that. And with that, another chapter is...
A voice? What? Wake up? Okay.
Makoto, why are you sleeping in your hoodie?
I mean, I don't know, they don't have other clothes.
It's me.
Kyoko?
I said yes.
So Kyoko's here.
Oh my god, Makoto.
Wait, what?
There it is.
Took you a moment. Time unknown.
It's true.
Wait.
Huh.
Okay.
Hey. Correct.
3 a.m., huh? Okay, what's up? This is obviously like epilogue shit. We're gonna end it once we get to the save point anyway.
Yeah.
Makoto.
A favor?
What's your favor?
So...
Soccer told us that I'm not gonna just lay down. I will fight you. Okay.
Ah. The data center on the 4th floor.
Goodbye.
Alright. Was that place locked?
It was.
Alright. Well, might as well quickly head over there. Oh. I can't warp. Oh, that's why. Does it for me.
What's this?
Hi? How's it going?
Unbelievable.
Actually, he's just giving us a warning.
Just a second.
You too? You guys?
It's true. Hey. Shall we go?
Okay, what was that about?
Goodbye.
Were we a decoy?
Goodbye. Mukuro Ikusaba.
Hello.
Mukuro Ikusaba. The 16th student, lying hidden somewhere in this school.
Oh boy.
For one may call the ultimate despair.
Uh-oh.
Watch out for her.
And with that note...
Okay. The end. Question mark. Uh-oh.
'Cause remember, there were 15 of us at the start.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Oh.
But yeah, with that note to end on, yeah, this has been the Triforce of Doom.
And Drake Razorfang.
Peace out.